crashing motorcycles in Fargo just after midnight. 36-year-old Matthew Boca lost control of his motorcycle while taking the Main Avenue exit. Buca sustained serious but non-life-threatening injuries, and Buca was charged with DUI. 35-year-old Jonathan Heinenkamp was trailing behind Boca. Heinenkamp tried to disembark from his motorcycle to help Boca, but lost control of his motorcycle and rolled down a hill and struck a fence. Heinenkamp was not injured but was arrested for DUI. The crash that Boca was involved in still remains under investigation.